So I'm going to take my SD card in the card reader, and I'm going to plug it into the USB 3 port on the front of the computer. And now if I go and open up an Explorer window, you can see that right there I have a new drive that's showing up under Devices and Drives that says EOS Digital. Now if your camera is a Nikon or something like that, it may say Nikon, it may just say nothing. It may say Untitled, whatever. But you'll see a drive there, and it should be approximate, you should see that it's the same space. So this is a 4 gigabyte card, and you can see right here it says that it's 3.69 gigs, and that it tells you how much space is free and everything like that. So now, what we're going to do is we need to kind of prepare a place for your photographs to go, right? So everything needs to be saved in a very specific spot. Penfield gives you only 2 gigabytes of space for your accounts. And managing your photographs and managing how much space you've got in your accounts is actually really, really, really important. And this is important even if you are at home and you're managing photographs. I can just tell you how many friends of mine or people I know, or even my wife, who have had problems because they weren't keeping track of where their photographs went, where they were putting them, and how much they were putting onto a drive. And then all of a sudden the drive is full and things don't work very well. And so you want to kind of keep yourself aware of what's going on. So for you guys, where you're going to save your stuff, if you take a look here, we have device or network locations. We have given the art department, and other people have a special server that is just for media, for lots of high volume stuff. If you've only got 2 gigabytes in your account, right? The cards that I give you with these cameras are 4 gigabytes, and that's actually pretty small. That means you could fill your card and still not be able to save all of your first project if your account was empty, and it's probably not. So we have this Media Students server right here. You're going to open that up, and you'll see a whole other series of folders that have graduation years. And then you'll open that up, and you will find your folder, and they're alphabetical by first name, okay? And then in there, you can create a new folder that says Project 1. Now, I don't have permission to actually create stuff in your folders, so I'm going to go to my Media Staff folder, and I'm just going to create, oh, I already have one, haha. Well, let's delete it. That was from before. So I'm going to create a new folder called Project 1. You can call it ordinary or extraordinary, whatever you want, so that you know what it is. And in here is where we're going to save our photographs. So the next part we're going to do is open up a program called Adobe Bridge. You're going to go down to the Windows icon. You're going to go to All Apps, and you're going to see Adobe Bridge there. You're going to launch Adobe Bridge. It may give you some errors or some other messages. Just click through them and click OK or whatever. And then you're going to go to File, Get Photos from Camera. And it's going to launch this. And here's where you choose where it's going to save your files to and all that other good stuff. So I'm going to click it says Location. Right now, it's trying to save them in your main account. That is bad. You don't have space in your account. So I'm going to click the Browse button. I'm going to go to up along the side. I'm going to click on this PC. You're going to scroll down, and you're going to see the Media Students. This will be smaller, by the way. It's going to be like this. I always like to make it bigger so I can see a little bit more. And you'll find, whoop. I'm not sure what that is. OK, so then I will be able to find the Media Students folder. And I will double-click that. I will find the folder that you created for Project 1. So obviously, I can't save into here, so I'm just showing you. And then you find it, and you select the folder. So for me, in this case, I've got Media Staff, find my name, find my Project 1 folder, select it, OK? Then I'm going to go through the other options. Now, first, it wants to create subfolders by shot date. So every day that you were to shoot your pictures, it would create a separate folder. Sometimes that's really handy. For this class, no, we don't want that. So I'm going to turn that off. So none. However, one of the things that I do like is it allows me to rename my files. This I'm going to do. Oh, I have to select a device. So, so you got to choose the EOS Digital there. Sometimes it will come up immediately, but sometimes it won't. So I forgot to select that. That's why some of these things were grayed out. So now I want to rename my photos. I'm going to rename them by the shot date. And I like year, month, and day, which is right up here at the top. Okay? Year, month, and day. And so what it will do is it will just rename it 2016, 09, 19, underscore, and then go 001, 002, 003, 004, and so on and so forth. This is very handy, and actually it's really, really, really important. And the reason why it's really, really, really important to rename your files by shot date is because of a problem that you have when you get files that have the same name. So let's say I'm shooting, and this has happened to me. I have 2 cameras, okay? And you know how the numbering works, right? It just starts and it goes image underscore, 8099, 8100, 8101, and so on and so forth. Well, I've actually had problems, and I've lost photographs because at some point in time, one camera overlaps the other, but I'm trying to put the files in one folder because I'm shooting with both cameras at the same time. And at one point in the day, one camera did 8100, and the other camera also did number 8100. And so when I import the second set of photographs, it saves over top of the first one, and I just lost a photograph, or more than one usually. Okay? This is a problem. We've had students have this where they had one camera, and they were shooting for an assignment, and the camera broke, or something happened, and I hand them a second camera, and the second camera has a different set of numbers, and then all of a sudden when they import them, the new files save over top of the old files, and they lost all their work. So it's really, really bad. So you want to set it up by shot date. So you're going to set it up by shot date, like this, and you're going to then hit Get Media. Once you've got this, this is what it's supposed to look like right here. And I'll post a picture of this in a blog post, in my blog post with all these settings. So actually, let me just take the snipping tool here. Okay, and I'm just going to make a quick screenshot of this. This is exactly what it's supposed to look like, except obviously you won't be saving it in my folder. Okay, but all these settings, this is exactly what we want. And let me just minimize that. So then I'm going to hit Get Media. Boom. And it's going to start downloading the photographs, and it's pretty fast. Like I said, this is a pretty fast card reader. And some of these shots are from what some people were taking pictures of in class. So it's going to go, and it's going to go, and it's, like I said, this is 2 gigs worth of photographs here, basically, folks. This is almost 2 gigs worth of photographs, and you can see how fast it's moving. So it is a pretty fast card reader, and that's really good. And we'll just let it finish up here really quickly, and then I'll show you what happens next. Any questions really quickly? No? Okay, good. So I'm going to hit Stop. And then if I go to this PC in Bridge, and I go to my Media Staff folder here, and then find my folder here, and I can also go to Folders over here, and it kind of shows everything on the left. And then I go to Project 1. I can see thumbnails for my images, and now I can click on an image. Oh, isn't that a gorgeous shot? And I can, see a preview over here that's actually variable. Okay, which is really cool because the reason why we use Bridge is because it sees camera raw files, whereas the Windows Explorer doesn't really like them. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, look, that's even prettier. And this is where we're going to start. Once we get this, then we're going to start the editing process where we start rating our photographs. We start choosing like which ones are the best, which ones are the worst, and so on and so forth. So does that make sense to everybody? Yeah? Awesome. I think we're ready to go. So this will be tomorrow for you.